Prime Media audiences. This is your host, Ladette Muleta. I am here with a special guest today. His name is Makdam Alam. Makdam Alam is a diaspora, and he's currently visiting Ethiopia. I'm going to turn it to Makdam and ask him to introduce himself. Makdam, welcome to Prime Media.
Thank you.
Please give us a background about yourself and let our audiences know what you're doing here and how long you've been away from your home country.
Sure. My name is Makdam Alam. I have left Ethiopia when I was 12 years old. And lived in the U.S. For over 30 some years. I have a finance background. I have an MBA. I have multiple companies in Baltimore. I have resided in Baltimore the whole 32 years. I'm a big fan of Maryland, especially Baltimore. I have been here since July 22nd. I believe that was the day that our Prime Minister went to the battleground.
Okay, great. So what brings you here? So you actually came before the call for diasporas to come to Ethiopia. The great homecoming was announced. So you actually were already in the country before that announcement came. So what brought you to Ethiopia?
The frustration with the Western media, how they are just blowing up fake information about Ethiopia, especially the U.S. Embassy. I truly love the United States. The United States is my country. I lived there more than half my life there, but their foreign policy truly sucks. And the way they were, especially the Western media, and the U.S. Embassy, following along the CNN fake news and all that, telling everybody to leave now, we will lend you money for flights. That irritated me to my core because most of the stuff was not true. So just because they said that, that pushed me to get on a flight within a week or two to come down to show support that this is not true. And I cannot sit at home at this historical moment watching this country go to pieces. So that was my main focus, was to just be part of this movement, to do my part.
That's great. So you wanted to be a contributing member of Ethiopian diaspora, and to show support to the country, to the leadership, to the propaganda that's been waged against Ethiopia. So what did you organize? I mean, it seems like you've been here and you've done some fruitful things that I've seen. You went to Gondar. You've spent time with soldiers in Gondar. I've seen that you also provided some meals for the soldiers and so forth. How did you coordinate this? What made you do this? Is this something that you planned prior to coming here, or is this something that you got involved once you arrived in Addis?
Once I decided to come here, that was something I was, coordinating with my friend here, Mikaz Taye, a very good friend of mine, our childhood friend. Mm-hmm. And he helped me a whole lot into organizing, coordinating what's needed. We have talked to a few ministers, or what is his name? Malako Fanta. He helped us a whole lot into, reaching out to different departments to see what's needed. Like, for example, the Gondar, we have the soldiers with meals, the Gondar Soldiers Hospital. There's 2 hospitals there that cares for wounded soldiers. And we asked the directors, what is needed? What are you short of? And, I'm not backed with any kind of company. This is I use my personal funds to help out. And Miki helped me coordinate everything. And then the logistics part of it was a little, it can use work, but we got it done.
So what did you guys actually do? Did you just fly over there, meet with these representatives that actually took you there, and you were able to support them locally by just using the finances that you have, or was it something that you already did before actually arriving there?
It was a combination of both.
Okay.
First thing I did to get anything started, I applied for my yellow card.
Okay.
And once the Ethiopian immigration, hands, I have a lot of respect for them. I told them what my reason was for coming here, and they got me my yellow card within 2 days. Then we opened a bank account. That helped the whole process of moving everything along. And then once we coordinated with the heads of these facilities, it was much easier to travel there and to give them whatever they needed. So we gave them, the hospitals needed socks, shoes, clothing, some food materials, especially for the soldiers. They use these little, what they call it, like biscuits, some kind of,
biscuits.
Yeah, some kind of biscuits.
Energy biscuits.
Energy biscuits. And we supplied over, I believe, over $600,000 worth of, no, 600,000 birr. My mouth is used to just saying dollars, so excuse me for that one. But yeah, we have, it was amazing. It was just an unbelievable experience.
Well, that's wonderful. And when was the last time you went to Gondar prior to this?
Prior to 22 years ago.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
Wow. So this is really a special moment to actually go there for the first time in a very long time, and then to actually be there supporting those troops who are actually defending and protecting the country. So, wow, that must have been a very special trip.
Very, very. And then watching, what truly touched my heart was watching the wounded soldiers. In the social media, especially, the previous administration, what we call the junta now, have divided this country in ethnic groups in so many different ways for the last 27 years. They have all these tribes going against each other, but to see the soldiers in Gondar, as we know, Amara, the junta had the Amara and the Oromos fighting against each other because those are the two largest ethnic groups in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
But to see those soldiers in Gondar, 90 to 95% was Oromos or from the south. But the care the community gave for them, they didn't care where they came from. They didn't care what ethnic group they're from. The young guys there build a shower for the wounded soldiers. You have a local lady that doesn't have any money, but she invested her time by making coffee or cooking for them. It was just phenomenal to watch. So me helping, it was nothing compared to what they was doing. So watching that, and then to be honest with you, going back a little bit, what truly motivated me to come here in person, it's easy for me to donate the funds and have whoever do it. But watching Workle, I forgot his last name. What is his last name?
Who?
The Workle, the businessman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whatever his last name
is.
He motivated me because he goes in person, not just donating the money, showing the people that we care, we backing you, we are behind you. That moral by itself lift up the people.
So you were inspired by him to actually do this on your own, by actually going there yourself.
Correct.
That's wonderful. That's great. How was how did the soldiers receive you?
Amazing.
Were they excited? Were they happy to know that they were supported?
Watching the Western media and how the junta propaganda was just trying to divide and conquer, divide and just destroy this country. But what it actually did was it united us. And watching, every different ethnic groups of within the soldiers showing each other love, showing me love. So excited to see us. To show, I spoke to a few of them. One guy, when he told me at the end when we was leaving, he said, please come back and visit us. It wasn't even about the money. It wasn't even about me buying them whatever or supporting financially. It was just about being in person, showing in person to show that we care. We are backing you. That was more important to them than anything. And I was touched by that.
That's wonderful. I think, Magdam, you're educated, you're successful. The fact that you actually went there also is very important, because the information that you collect from that place needs to, be shared. And that's part of the reason that we invited you here. Because, unfortunately, in our country, we have groups from, all ethnic backgrounds who want to always highlight negatives and, create division. And one of the things that, it's been on social media is that, people from other regions were not there to help when those affected areas were there. And you clearly saying that that's not the case. And it was a very diverse group. They're supporting each other. The community is, helping each other, making coffee, making food, building showers. That's really wonderful that you're able to witness this, because you actually are the kind of witnesses that, your voice needs to be amplified, because what do Western media do when they go is they actually bring more division, and they've been providing more propaganda saying this ethnic group is attacking the other one, or this ethnic group is not supporting the other one, and so forth. So, thank you so much, on behalf of Ethiopia, Ethiopians and Ethiopian diaspora, that you have had the guts to go at a critical time while there was actually fighting going, to be there at that moment and show support. What is your advice to other diasporas like yourself who actually want to go and support, whether it's in Gondar, whether it's in Wallo, whether it's in Tigray, or any part of Afar, any part of the region that the fighting has occurred, and they want to help? What are your suggestions, and what lessons would you give them?
I would say reach out to the hospitals, the soldiers' hospitals, or even the displaced locations where they have all those displays, the camps and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Those people are extremely helpful. You can have a direct contact with them, and you can buy whatever you want from the what they call it, Mercato or whatever. They need the help. They want the help. So there's no middleman. There's nobody trying to make any extra bucks off of it. Everybody. I have never seen Ethiopians so united and ready to help in every level like this before. I have traveled here many times. I never stayed more than 10 days because of the ethnics, one group being superior, and it just never felt comfortable. I'm here over 30 days now. I have traveled since 89 to now. I don't even think I have been here more than 40 days combined from 1989 to now. It's just the love I feel, how everyone want to help. The soldiers are being looked at different. But prior to Prime Minister Abiy, soldiers was feared. They used to torture, they used to do this. But now there's a difference. There's, police is different, soldiers is different. So the love, the community, what they have for the soldiers is something to watch. It's truly remarkable.
And I think it's a domino effect, when people like you come and actually do the things that you just did, and, you inspire, just like you were inspired. You are inspiring many people to do what you're doing right now, and to participate, to volunteer, to do good. And, you're a businessman. Eventually, you might even end up owning businesses here too. So you never know. So how long are you planning on staying now, and any other plans for your stay?
It's amazing. It's kind of weird you ask me that because till now, I never thought about doing any kind of business here because the system was too corrupt. The system was not friendly to us diasporas. It was more about how they can abuse us, or they would give us something to get started, and then some kind of way they take over. But now the support system for diasporas to come here and invest, I'm seeing it on a different light. It's not like a blip, but it's truly there is a system getting built. So for the first time, I am considering what I'm not sure, because as a business person, I have to do my research and do my studies and see what's needed. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. And I want to do something large enough that I can employ multiple, a few hundred people at a time. So yes, I'm considering it. But my future plans, I am staying here probably until the end of January. I keep extending. This is my second time I have extended my flights. I want to help more displaced people. The goal is now I have helped the soldiers. Now I want to shift into a lot of families that's been displaced. Any homes that's been destroyed, I want to help them build some of those, homes. So this is all getting funded by my personal fund. I don't have, like I said, but my goal is to, just as work will inspire me to show others. It don't have to be diaspora, even it can be the local.
Yep.
To see that, let's do this, let's help each other. Let's lift up Ethiopia as one. Because as bad as, they have destroyed our, communities and stuff like that, when Juntas was getting, eliminated from those areas, one thing they have done is unite us. I keep saying that over and over because nobody cares about what ethnic group we are now. You and I, when we are in the U.S., half the people don't even know where Ethiopia is located.
Yep.
Leave alone what tribe you are from and what we are. We're just as black as everybody else. So, getting the unity that had been divided for the last 27 years to come together within the last 3 years and even more now, I'm speechless. It's like, you cannot write it better. It's like a fairy tale story.
Yep.
Because I thought my thinking prior to 3 years ago was, we have one lost generation. We have to rebuild, and it's going to take years to come. Now, there is a reason why I call a prime minister Moses. Seriously, I call him our Ethiopian Moses because he's taken us to the next level. I was watching this documentary about Singapore. That's the path he's on. It's amazing to watch. This is an extremely historical time.
And in the last 3 years, I don't know, I've noticed a lot of infrastructures. Have you noticed anything different for those who haven't visited in the last 3 years that you're, impressed by?
I have been impressed with all the parks, but I haven't visited one yet. That's how busy I have been trying to, help with all these different areas. But my goal is to take a little bit of time off, maybe like a week or, 5 days or 3 days. And I want to visit every one of those parks. But watching them driving past, it's amazing. I cannot believe how this man and his system, when I say this man, I'm talking about Moses, what I call Dr. Abiy, Prime Minister Abiy. And it's amazing to watch within these last 3 years how far we have become. If the government is not corrupt, it's only one way up. But corruption is the one that's taking us down. When you're not thinking about your small little group and truly thinking about the country, it's different. And we've seen the result. That's why it's breaking my heart how the Western media and the U.S. foreign policy, which in my opinion sucks in a worse way, from the Democrats to the Republicans, I don't even know who to vote now. I'll be honest with you. When I go back 2 years from now, it would not be Joe Biden. It would not be any Democrats, because they stand against Ethiopia. They are standing against a system that have been elected by 95% of the population. U.S. are preaching democracy, pushing democracy all through the world. This man have built an electoral system completely independent from the government. But you want to transition him with some Uber drivers in DC? I'm lost for words. You got 7 different Uber drivers who doesn't have not a single degree probably, or if they did, it might be online. You want to replace this great man with them? It's like, where is the fairness here?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm lost for words.
Yeah. Well, I think we're running out of time, Magdam. I think this is a great discussion. Thank you so much. I think you've really inspired a lot of people with your actions, and I hope we're going to have you back as a guest.
Sure.
Because I'm pretty sure that you're going to do some amazing things.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you have done for our soldiers, for our country, and for inspiring our youth and encouraging unity, because I think that's the most important thing. I think if we have our unity, I think Ethiopia is going to be the next Singapore. And I think it's wonderful to appreciate the leaders that we have when they're doing good. So I think we're going to coin that term. Dr. Abiy's name is Moses of Ethiopia. I think we really do need to celebrate him for the things he has done in the short period of time.
Absolutely. And his vision.
The
vision he had for Ethiopia. Truly, he's not worried about his personal wealth or his small little group. His vision for this country is one of a kind. When we look back 10 years from now, or 15 or 20 years, we are at the beginning stage of growth, taking Ethiopia to the next level. He's not just going to be the greatest Ethiopian leader. He's going to lead Africa. The rest of the leaders going to follow his footsteps and go into a different direction. It's time. Truly time. Well,
thank you so much, Magdam.
Sure.
Our Prime Media audiences, this was my half an hour with Magdam Alam, and I will see you with another guest. Thank you very much.
Thank you.